Welcome to Small Town Big Life Podcast, coming at you from the bait shop behind Grace Fellowship Church. I'm Pastor Drew Collins, and Jackie Brown's flying the plane right next to me with our guests, Dyneshia and Taylor Tice. And actually, there's a third one with Dyneshia because she's set to pop in a couple of months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cletus Tice.
That's not his name. What was a girl? Cletus, what it would be? Cletus?
Someone said Clementine.
That would make sense.
Well,
I was
yeah.
trying to think of something funny.
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra is awesome.
So now that we've got through the holidays, everybody talks about, well, I'm going to go on a diet the first of the year. And as soon as the holidays are over, and it's food, diet, and health. And these conversations are constant. So the other day we were talking, and we decided this would be a fun podcast. So our podcast is Diet, Health, Food, and Truth. And we're going to try to have some fun with it, not be preachy, but be real, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. So we have a pretty interesting list of topics here, and my wife Grace chimed in with her opinion too. She wanted to be here, but she couldn't, so she wrote them in, and she's got some education in this. But I don't know. I haven't read these, so I don't know what she said.
It'll be fun when we get to it then.
Yeah.
Who wants to start off before we get to the list? Anything broad on the subject you want to address, Dyneshia?
Man, I don't even know. I guess I wanted to make a caveat because especially talking about like diet and health and food. One, I'm pregnant, so as far as like dieting goes, I guess food has looked a little bit different for me as far as like what I can't eat, which all I want is a foot-long Italian sub. That's all I want.
You can't eat that?
No, so
Why?
So there's certain things, so like raw fish, raw undercooked, so like eggs, steak. Don't want to eat those things because it could cause sickness. Another thing is deli meats have the chance to carry listeria. And listeria, everybody essentially is at risk for listeria, but those who are elderly, pregnant, compromised immune systems, I could get really sick. Like me and baby could get sick. So like hospital type monitoring. So they request, doctors say that you should stay away from deli meats and stuff. And granted, there's some women out there who eat a foot-long Subway sub, deli meat 2 or 3 times a week, and their babies turned out completely fine. But to avoid the
we don't know that. Years later, they're climbing a water tower with a rifle, and we don't know why.
Yeah, so just trying to stay away from deli meats and things, and not only eat Taco Bell all the time, but that's hard because Cletus gets what Cletus wants,
especially with a new Taco Bell in town.
Yes,
yeah,
very true.
What say you, Taylor?
I've tried doing some diets like keto and whatnot, and I take like a daily supplement kind of thing, like drink and whatever else. But it's definitely hard.
Whatever else. Could be vitamins, could be Jack Daniels, just whatever. I don't know, whatever's sitting on the counter.
But trying to keep that diet or working out or whatever, it's tough to keep that in your routine and
discipline.
So it's usually comes and goes, if anything. So.
Jackie?
And the thing we were talking about off the air was that there's so much crap in food now that, MSG triggers migraines for me, and bananas and this and that and the other thing. So, we're making our own sausages and smoking our own cheese and
which is delicious. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Good.
And it's one of those things where that's not exactly healthy, but it's healthier than what I could
if
pick
you know
up at
what's
the
going
store.
on because
Yeah.
I as I get older, I don't know. I'm drinking less water than I should. I know that, and just recently I realized I'm getting full faster. And which, I didn't get svelte and trim by running away from seconds, but I recognize, it's time to shift gears on a few things because I was thin most of my life, and now, I'm not. I'm unthin.
Unthin.
I'm unthin.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, I just, I look like a bag full of chewing gum.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I got to get that fixed. But let's come out of the gate with this first question. We got 15 basic common things. Now, the first one is called, and these are all diet, health, food, and truth. And we'll go around the table and address these. Number 1, the Monday diet myth. Why do we always promise to start eating healthy on Monday and then eat like a raccoon in a dumpster all weekend? Now I'm gonna read Grace's answer first.
Oh, here we go.
Because she's not here to So, okay, she wrote, there is a well-documented phenomenon named the fresh start effect, when people experience a renewed sense of purpose and motivation in the wake of temporal milestones such as Mondays and New Year's Day. This effect is often applied to adopt healthier habits, with Mondays providing a convenient reset opportunity for reassuring health-related goals, and then pretend last week never happened. Okay, that sounds like something a doctor would say to me.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, and I know, well, I guess we need the voice of reason somewhere in the conversation. Mm-hmm. What say you about the Monday diet myth?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense too with not only food, but like getting in a routine of like, all right, Monday I'm going to wake up early and do this and that. And then by Tuesday, you might wake up a little bit earlier. And then Wednesday, it's like, and same thing for food or diet. You want to start Monday off right and eating salad for lunch instead of a burger or something. But
so what throws you into tails? Do you by Tuesday, like you said, are you just like justifying it? Like, you know what? I worked hard. I am going to eat a double cheeseburger. I don't care. I deserve
maybe
it.
By the end of the week, it's like, well, I did eat healthy these 3 days, and
balance.
It's a balance.
Okay.
It's totally a balance.
I mean, it can be tough too for dieting. Like, I'm not great with it, but it kind of sounds boring of like, salad today, but like, something like a double cheeseburger.
So how often do you do salads?
Not often. I mean, I just had one the other day, but not too often.
Okay. Monday diet myth.
I mean, it makes sense because you start, like, I'm going to start the week off. Like, we're just going to forget about the weekend. I was home all weekend. I didn't have to work. I sat, I ate my chips, I drank my drinks, I did whatever, and then Monday we're going to start great. And then, like you said, you go throughout the week. I think you have the motivation, there's newness. At least that's how I operate. It's like, oh, this is something new. Like, let me meal prep. And then I meal prep my things. And then, like you said, I justify, like, oh, well, I don't have time and I kind of want to do this anyway. And it's actually a lot of work. It's just establishing that routine and wanting to remain disciplined to it is hard, especially when you want something that you're not supposed to have when your salads or your healthier options, whatever that happens to mean to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I get it. I'm definitely that way too. By Tuesday, I'm like, this is overrated.
Right?
Like, this is overrated. Yeah. Like, I'm hungry. Like, this isn't fun. And also the thing when it comes to that, especially like healthy eating, I think is a broad, as we look at it as a bigger picture, we always focus on the things that we just can't have. It's like, oh, I have to have salad and I have to have this and we have to eat like berries and sticks and forage and grass, and it's like, well, I mean, some people that's their diet and that works for them. Me, I'm like, that doesn't. I think eating should be fun and we should enjoy it, and eating sticks and grass.
Well, it should. I mean, it should be fun. It's how we break bread. We do. I mean, I originally told my wife, I said the podcast is going to be called "Eat Healthy or Be Happy. You choose." And she said, "What?" Mm-hmm. So I'm like, no. I said, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
She laughed. She goes, no, that's not. Jackie.
Well, it's definitely, Monday, I'm going to start something new. I'm going to be motivated because no one wants to start something new on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, isn't it interesting too? Monday, it's like people set Monday because they're like, well, that way I can act a fool Saturday and Sunday. And I can just eat like Cookie Monster because I'm off work. So what better time to eat as much as I want when I can also nap whenever I want?
There you go.
So you know what? Monday.
Yeah.
That's Monday.
It's very logical.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely I want to start things over on Monday. I'm going to have a fresh start. And then Tuesday it's like,
Yep.
So maybe the thing is we need to start on a Thursday. Maybe it's not Monday. We start midweek.
I'm not Wednesday, Thursday motivated.
Wednesday, Thursday, and then it might go through the weekend and into Monday.
Yeah, who knows?
The second one on the list is number 2, the salad regret syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
That moment when you order a salad instead of a burger, an instant sadness kicks in.
Yeah.
Let's see what Grace wrote about this.
Oh, boy.
To eat a burger over a salad is not necessarily a bad thing unless it's McDonald's. That salad may have way too much dressing, or a burger may be organic, grass-fed beef on a non-enriched bun. a salad may not be the healthier choice. I'd say just order a taco salad.
Right.
It's about moderation. She wrote the happy face. And it's a good point because I guess, I mean, sometimes, because that's exactly what I would do. If I go somewhere and they say, well, we have veggie burgers and, non-meat burgers, or we have salads, covered in massive bacon bits and chicken strips, and I'll be like, and cheese, I'll go, you know what? I feel healthy today. Let's go with that salad.
And with the dressings and stuff like ranch.
Slather it up in
everything.
But the instant regret, though, I think is the key point of the question. And I've done that. You go to a restaurant, you're like, I'm going to eat healthy. So this doesn't usually happen to me because usually I'm like, if I'm at a restaurant, I'm there to eat what I want. But in the rare case that I've tried to get something healthy, which I've done when other people are paying the check and I know that, I go low on the price stuff. I just feel like I have to. I don't want to be, so, and I instantly regret it. I'm like, I'll have the chef salad and maybe a potato skin or something. And then I'm like, they leave and I'm like, I'm sad. I wanted that I wanted that steak and the baked potatoes and the rolls, but I don't, so I get that sadness. What say you?
Well, it's definitely a social thing too, though, because like if I get a salad and my husband gets an amazing burger dripping with bacon jam and whatever else, everybody else at the table is going to be looking at his burger like, that looks so good. Nobody looks at a salad and goes, wow, that looks really yummy and full of fiber. You don't.
That looks so healthy for you.
Oh, isn't that great? Yeah, you don't do that. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, I should have just had the burger.
I know. I was honestly going to say the same thing. Like, if I were to get a salad and he were to get a burger, I would just sit there and look at him like,
yeah.
How is it?
Why did you get that in front of me? You know I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Some people say stuff.
I'll be nice and be like, it's all right of a burger. I mean,
and then shove the whole thing in your face.
Be nice.
It's all right.
I've had butter.
Licking the plate.
Yeah. You're like, seriously, it's not that good, I swear.
So have you done that? The salad syndrome? Order something and then like, no, I wish I wouldn't have ordered that.
Maybe not salad, but like ordering something and then like you see either somebody at your table or somebody over at another table and it's like, man, that looks way better than what
like
I'm
dumpster
having.
fries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dumpster fries is always a regret when I don't get them. I'm like, no, don't get dumpster fries. Just don't look like a pig. Just
and then if you do get them, you're gonna regret it afterwards.
Well,
but
they're so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What's this one? 3. The science of snack cravings. Why do we suddenly need chips at 11 p.m. but never crave broccoli at that hour?
I'd never really thought of that before, but it is usually something salty
or sweet.
Or sweet, and not just something. Like I need to eat something.
Do you ever crave anything healthy? Like, I mean, okay, so I guess here's my question. Once in a while, I'll crave something healthy, but it's not because my body's going, you need this healthy thing. It's just because I think, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind having, things I used to hate. One day I'll wake up and now I like them. And this last year, I just stopped my deep hatred for Brussels sprouts. And now I like them. Mm-hmm. And now I want them more. Mm-hmm. And the way my wife makes them is real. I love them. And I want to have them more. And sometimes I'll crave them, but never at 11 o'clock at night. 11 o'clock at night, I want something with frosting on it and a glass of milk.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want broccoli. I want, a scoop of peanut butter or
on celery.
No.
Have you ever tried it?
Ants on a log with the little raisins. That's one of the only ways I'll eat peanut butter. I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter.
I don't like celery. I think it tastes like
if you put peanut butter on it, you would.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No, but I'll eat a whole scoop of peanut butter.
Yeah.
That sounds like your triple decker peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at 10 o'clock at night as a snack.
That's usually what I do.
What? Say it again.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just at night.
I got to have a glass of milk with that.
I typically do.
Yeah.
I try to. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't crave healthy. Well, you're pregnant. So you're probably all over.
I'm in a really weird spot right now. So pre-pregnancy, I'd be like, I want a snack and heat up an entire plate of leftovers. It's like a snack or like chips. Love chips.
Yeah.
But like now,
dip,
I don't
dip or just chips.
Just now, if it's a plain chip, I need a dip.
Like French onion dip?
Yeah, I need like French onion, something like that. But if it's like barbecue, sour cream, I'll just
You're cool.
eat the whole.
Yeah.
Doritos, I'll eat the whole bag. So, I mean, right now, I kind of like. Sometimes it depends. Most of the time, it's not really healthy. I want some chips, cookies, chocolate.
But you never late at night, you're like, you know what? Well, I was talking to my wife about this, having snacks. She goes, what alternatives do you like? And I'm like, let's see. Well, I like pistachios, heavily salted, walnuts drenched in sugar brine, and let's see. But there's oh my gosh, what did you just say? What?
Chips?
Barbecue chips.
Cookies?
I can't believe this escaped me. That was just my thought process. It was the third item. What did you say?
Candied pecans.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. I forgot already. Oh
I don't know.
Gosh. It was something healthy. Explain the joke without the punchline. Anyway.
Something moderately healthy.
No, I was it was apples. I said apples, but I have to have caramel.
Yeah.
I got to be able to dip it in the caramel, and that's. I said so. I guess none of it.
Yeah.
There's no alternatives. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it's a terrible thing to have a sweet snack. Part of me thinks I notice my snacking is really heavy depending on how I ate throughout the day. So if I have a really busy day and I'm not able to eat as much, now it's like you need to eat on demand being pregnant. But if I'm not eating as much, or there's like options for, I'm just running around. The day is busy and I do end up just like having a light lunch, eating dinner. When it comes around to that, like about bedtime, I'm like, oh, I could go for something like I really want to eat. But if I wake up and have breakfast, I have a good lunch. My dinner meal is like full and I got like my veggies and my fruit. I have a well-run. I don't have those things at night. I go to bed and I'm like, belly full, time to go to sleep.
Yep.
So it really, for me, it just depends on what I'm eating throughout the day.
Let's see what Grace wrote about the snack cravings. There's psychological, physical, and environmental reasons. Circadian rhythms, stress, serotonin, dopamine all seem to associate evenings with relaxation and comfort. Good point. Salty and sugary foods give a sense of that satisfaction. As for broccoli, it's possible that our brains just don't associate relaxation and indulgence the same way we do with chips. That's true.
Yeah.
Because at night you don't. The other foods aren't comfort foods. I mean, I will eat if there's a veggie tray. I'll eat carrots and dip them in ranch.
Whatever, yeah.
And anything except that hardened grass. What's asparagus? Cauliflower. Cauliflower. That's just
Love me some
disgusting.
cauliflower.
Tastes like grass. Like
But you
take
got
grass
to do
and-
something to it, though.
Yeah, you can't.
But anyway, I'll eat veggies at a place or even at a party or something like that. But I don't associate it with comfort. I'm not like, oh, there's a good movie on. Do we have any carrots? And,
Right.
and I don't.
Well, there's a phrase for that I actually learned about when we won't be talking about like diet pills or things like that, but Ozempic, when I started on Ozempic, there's this phrase called food noise. And it's just like if you're sitting watching TV and you're not even thinking about it and you're just eating something.
And I do that.
And you don't even, it's not even conscious to you that you're eating something. And it's called food noise. It's just background noise. La 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 la. I'm just eating because I got
no
nothing else to do.
different than like scratching your back or something.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
you just do it.
You just do it. You don't know about it. And then once you get on, like I'm on a GLP-1 Ozempic, it cuts down on the food noise. So like I'm not sitting in front of the TV going, I really need some cookie dough ice cream to watch this show.
I gotta give me 1 second. I think we have a technical thing. I'm not going to pause anything. So
we have a thing.
Wait. Let me see where. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
I saw the camera. That monitor went on and off, and I want to make sure the camera didn't stop recording, and it didn't.
So, do you have any weird cravings now since you are pregnant? Anything you never touched before?
Nothing that I've never had before. I don't
Spaghetti. For a bit, like a little bit, she's like, I want spaghetti, and she normally doesn't like spaghetti, like
Really?
long noodles. Like if it's just like penne or something, she'll eat it. But
Yeah, I guess it'd be because I would eat spaghetti. I'm also not a huge pasta person, but I get like kicks out. I'm like, man, I really want spaghetti. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Hey, she went to the store the one time. Like, hey, we're having spaghetti tonight. I went to the store and got what we need. I was like, okay.
because he would be like, do you want spaghetti? And I'm like, no. But I don't have the typical like pickles and peanut butter. It's really random kicks. Anything sweet, I'm about it. Sour gummy worms. Hate to see me come in.
But when you
Yeah.
walked in here today, you were so cheerful to announce that Dairy Queen was open.
Yes.
So I'm
very excited.
I-
That's just, yeah, like sweet, sour, anything spicy, like hot sauce. Like sometimes at work, I just want to like drink hot sauce, but that's crazy. So I'll just
Yeah.
I'll make like food and just put extra hot sauce in it.
Yeah, like,
because I like the vinegar, like the.
But are
bold
you
flavors.
not supposed to do that because it could cause like acid reflux or
I don't
things?
have any issues.
Oh, well, there you go. Knock
Yeah,
on.
no, I'm eating
Micah.
spice, sweet. Yeah,
You're eating all the things.
I'm eating all the things, and it's not biting back.
Hey,
I'm glad.
it's kicking, but it's not biting.
Number 4, portion control, a tragic love story. The emotional roller coaster of eating, quote, just one cookie and then suddenly waking up in a pile of crumbs. I wonder what Grace said about this. She said, the great cookie conundrum. 1, eat one cookie. 2, suddenly it's 3 a.m. and you're swimming in a sea of crumbs. 3, question every life choice. The reality is in the science of our brains, and the food companies are banking on this knowledge. Dopamine versus sugar and fat combos activate the reward centers, which can stimulate craving more. She's giving like educated
She's a
answers.
scientist.
Well, yeah, I mean, she knows about this stuff, so she wants, like, I guess, like I said, maybe to be the voice of reason in the conversation, because she's used to dealing with me, and that's a tough battle when it comes to food. Because when I met Grace, she didn't. I mean, and she said this many times. She goes, I didn't eat, barbecued ribs and all this kind of stuff until I met you. And I goes, good, isn't it? And she's like, yeah. So, okay, portion control. Saying you're going to eat one cookie. And then wait, I do this with cookies. Like sometimes there's no like really good cookies, so I'll get like a Chips Ahoy thing at the store because I just want to have a couple of cookies. And then I look down and a row is gone.
Yes.
Okay, so with the milk, but then I turn it around and I reassign blame by going, they make these smaller now, They're ripping us off. These used to be bigger. I don't feel guilty about this. That's the size. If these were homemade cookies like someone at church makes, that whole row would be probably 3.5, maybe 4 cookies. I don't feel bad about this. In fact, I'm going to take another half a row. I don't know. The just one syndrome. I know everybody here's done that. You've done that, right?
Yeah. Well, and especially if I have cookies and milk, like I'm not gonna have.
I can't have
one
cookies without milk.
Well, okay, but like if I'm already getting milk, like I'm not gonna just have one cookie like that. Just
Right.
portion.
Yeah, but
control
look,
of, like,
think about these
I have
situations
this
you're in
much milk
where they got
and-
cookies this big around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crumble
You got
cookies,
a holiday or something, maybe one of these things we do here, somebody brings these cookies and they're massive, like, oh, they made them clearly for people to eat one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like Oreo cookies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, you're
I'm
expected.
slamming half the sleeve.
Yeah.
Speaking of Oreos, have you ever had those tan ones?
Which are the
Like the-
tan
The
ones?
vanilla Oreos?
They're not vanilla. I don't know what they're
There's
called.
weird
They're
ones
like-
now.
They're white.
Yeah.
The wait for Oreo. Yeah. So the first time I saw those, I thought, no, now that's the only Oreos I get.
Really?
really?
I was a place, I worked at a place, and the guy in the shop had them. And I go, gross. Those aren't Oreos. He goes, have you had one? I go, I don't want one. I go, I like Oreos. And he goes, try one. I go, I didn't want one. And so after lunch, I ate one, and I was like, gosh. And I kept eating them. I'm like, since that day, I have never bought black Oreos again. Those are all I buy. I'll get in the cabinet right now. And I'm like, I go, this is like a secret. Nobody knows about these.
Now I'm going to go to the store and get some.
Because when you look at them, you're like, that's blasphemy.
Yeah.
But when you try one, you'll be like, oh my gosh, what have I been missing? Anyway,
I think they're good, but I'm not choosing them
Yeah.
over a regular Oreo.
I am.
I like them too. So.
Yeah. So the one cookie thing.
Oh yeah, it's hard. We just got we had a youth group event and we got cookies, and of course they sent them home with the pregnant lady, which is fine. And so I'm like, oh, I just want a cookie.
They think you're lucky. They're like, you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
I envy you so
would.
much. Nobody's going to look at you and go, you shouldn't eat that. They're going to go, all right, I wish I was you.
want
Wish I
another
was
one?
you.
Yeah, right. So he had the container sitting there on the whatever that table's called in the living room.
Coffee table?
Yeah, that thing. And I was like, oh,
Why do we call it a coffee table when it should be called a go-to-town table?
Yeah, really.
Like, fill this thing full of food while
Yes.
Netflix is on. Anyway,
And
go
then
ahead.
he just reached. So had the container there, and I was like, oh, I just want one cookie. And I grabbed 2, and he's like, "Well, they're stuck together, so it counts as one. It
Yeah.
counts as one. But you just eat one, and then you're like, well, that was underwhelming.
Well, good for you for being supportive.
I mean, I wasn't
I
gonna.
had 3, so I
Well, you know.
I do that with my wife. If I go, hey, I'm going to make some cinnamon rolls. Do you want any? No, I don't want any cinnamon rolls. I go, none? You don't want any? She goes, nope. If I walk back into that living room with my own plate and none for her, and I walk by her, I will get the stink eye.
Oh yeah.
And I go, and then here it comes. You said you didn't want any. I don't. I'm fine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
So I don't do that. I learned that early on. So I'm like, here, and she goes, Drew. And I go. I knew you'd want some. She goes, give me a napkin. I'll take 2. Anyway, any husband knows never ever take no for an answer when they say I don't want any.
Right.
Right.
But then the other thing with portion control, the one thing that's an exception for me is wings. There is no portion control. It's a challenge.
Because you can't. It's hard to get full. It's hard to get full on wings. It's like shrimp. You can just sit there all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah. Oh, bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I don't know why these people eat boneless wings. I don't get that. I'm like, those
tastes
aren't
weird.
wings. Those are nuggets.
Right. They're nuggets.
Facts.
And they don't. And you need that marrow in there to get that.
So yeah, I'm like a 5-year-old when it comes to wings.
What kind do you?
Like barbecue, honey barbecue.
So nothing hot.
Nothing too spicy. I like more of a barbecue-y kind of thing. I don't like a dry rub. I like a wet rub, a wet sauce.
What about you?
I'm barbecue. I like spicy, but it needs to have flavor. It can have spice, but if it's like melt your face off with and it
Exactly.
tastes terrible.
Yeah, because there's so many sauces that are hot but lack flavor. I mean, when you come across one that does have flavor, you're right. It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
This is hot and good.
Do you like boneless or bone or?
I like them both, but I prefer bone in and drums.
Oh, you like
see?
drums.
No.
Oh,
Here's. I used to be that way, like when I was really young, until I learned the art of cleaning the wing in one bite and getting every bit of the meat off. And now I prefer wings over drums. Because I don't have to do that circular thing to go around the wing. I can pinch it on one end and go and get it off. There's an art to it.
It's a technical thing.
Yeah. I'm a flats girl, so we usually trade. I give him the drums, and then he gives me the flats.
Yeah.
So it works. We're not both fighting over the same piece.
Grace
of chicken.
doesn't like wings.
Yeah, and the one thing that helped with portion control that I've found is, and nobody really does this, but for cookies or chips or whatever, instead of grabbing the whole bag from the cabinet, grab the bag in a cup or a bowl, and then you put it, because I feel like when the bag or the thing of cookies is right next to me, it's just like, I'm going to keep eating.
To go back to, yes, you're right. When it comes to portion control, I've done that too. I get a plate and I set the cookies out. Once in a while, though, I'll take the bag. That's like 50-50 of the time I'll do that because I don't know why I do that.
I don't usually do that, but that's
I do that with chips.
Because with chips, I'm just there watching TV, and I'm going to clear a bag.
Eat the whole bag.
It's mindless. Completely.
I'll eat. Yep.
But then if you have cookies and you have milk, and you finish your cookies, and there's still some milk in there, it's like, well, I don't want to waste cookie milk. I could go get 2 more and finish the milk.
See, I'm the same. Yeah, I'm weird about that. I think I brought this up before. When I'm eating anything, I have to time it. So there's one bite of everything left when I get to the end, and I'm that way with cookies and milk because I have to end it with a big chug of milk. So if there's only this much milk, first of all, it's got to be a wide mouth jar so I can get the cookie in. I can't stand a thin where I can't. No, it's got to be. Man, I could write a book on this. All right, so like sandwiches, like the way sandwiches are made. Everything goes on top. It goes meat, cheese, toppings. They go on top of the meat, not under it. That's
That's
why
why
they're
they're
not called
called
bottomings.
Yeah.
They're called toppings. The bun is shaped like this. So the roof of your mouth is the shape. The bottom is flat, so it goes on the tongue. Yeah, that's how you make a sandwich. When I go to places and they show pictures of the burger and the meat's on top, I'm like, communists. Anyway.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. Ain't nobody got no time for that.
Oh man.
What were you? Were you onto a thought there?
No, I wasn't at all.
Okay. The next one we have is the gym versus the kitchen battle. Can you really out-exercise a bad diet, or is that just a beautiful lie we tell ourselves? I'm wondering what Grace said about. We just made an exercise room. We just listen to me. I did it the week after Christmas, and I still am get it. Okay. I'm going to bust myself. Okay, so what number was that? The number 5. What did she say? I'm not sure of the question here. You're speaking my language. I'm not sure of the question here, but I think if we're asking exercise versus diet, the kitchen wins. Diet will trump exercise because of nutrients, hormonal regulation, and sustainability. A balanced diet provides a foundation for overall health, but finding a balance of incorporating regular exercise, recovery, and holistic nutrition for optimal health. Well, yeah, I know you're supposed to have a balance. But for me, it's the battle. I mean, okay, so some people say, well, I don't want to be bulky. Like a lot of women do this. They're like, I don't want to be bulky. I want to lose some weight, and I want to be toned. And some guys are like, I want to muscle up, so I'll eat whatever I want, and I'll just hit the gym all week, or I'm just going to watch my diet because I don't want to bulk up. I just want to slim down. So it's the battle of the two. It's like what we were talking about, justifying what you eat. Hey, I go to the gym every day. If I want to get a blizzard every day, twice a day, I will. So that is who wins that battle? Does anybody here work out?
We did for a bit.
Yeah.
You did. We did for a bit.
We did. It was.
We went to a gym for a while.
We did it. Yeah.
We were going to a gym for a while too. But go ahead.
Yeah, we were doing it when we lived in Lock Haven, and then moved to Jersey Shore. We were there for like almost every day at the Y. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, even if you do like a good workout, like, oh, it feels like a good workout. But if you like ate crappy that day, and it's like, you didn't do anything.
Right.
You're right.
Like,
Right.
It's just,
Or you justify it. You know what? I already burnt the calories off. Let's get that deposit in there.
Get that deposit. Yeah, I did the 75 hard challenge. What was that, last year before? And that was like, you go on a diet, you work out every day. And granted, the diet, I didn't do like a specific diet. I just like really watched what I think I didn't do fast food. That was the one thing. I tried to intake more water, be more active. I was a nanny at that point, so I'm constantly running around chasing like 2-3 kids. So I was pretty active. I mean, even now, still working at the cafe, walking around a bunch. But I was able to lose like 15, 20 pounds within 75 days. And that was going to the gym as well as eating cleaner. You know what I mean? I guess more conscious eating.
So you were able to do both at the same time. So
Yeah.
you were going to the gym all the time, and you were also able to say, you know what? I'm going to really police what I eat. And you did. How long of a stretch of time were you disciplined on that?
I think I ended up doing it for like the full 75 days, and after that,
Okay, so it was like a self-challenge type thing?
yeah, it was a challenge that was going around where, and some of them it was like, because you had to like cut certain stuff out, like there was no alcohol, you had to work out, read a book, like it wasn't just based on working out and food. Yeah. It was like, read 10 pages of a book and do all these things, and like journal every day. So it was kind of more like holistic type of thing. But I feel like even after that, I was still going to the gym. I did reintroduce fast food because, I mean, Taco Bell, come on. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But-
shows up.
yeah. So it was, I mean, I did both. And even before that, just working out, like us going and working out and like eating kind of whatever, it was like, okay, yeah, it's like I can go on the treadmill for a little bit longer because I'm used to it. And it's like, oh, I can lift, a heavier weight. But if I wasn't really seeing the results that I wanted as far as, like you said, toning down or like getting stronger and things like that. It wasn't until I put both of them together that at least I saw results.
What about you, Jackie?
I used to work out before my back injury, but ever since then, no, it's way too painful to even try.
Right.
So, nope, I'm fat and lazy and old, so I am unmotivated to work out. But yeah, I think there is a balance. I mean, you can't.
How old are you? I know. Look, sorry, I'm not supposed
You
to.
don't ever ask the
That's
lady
okay.
that. She's 27.
Well, yeah.
She's told me before on this podcast. I didn't commit it to memory. See, that's how.
I will be 45 in March.
You don't look at 45.
Thank
very,
you.
very much younger than that.
They're also not old. 45 is not old.
I'm 57.
Oh, we're getting there.
But when I tell people that, they usually say you don't look 57. They used to say that. Now they go, oh.
Well, you know what Danielle
No,
said?
they don't say that. What?
Danielle, when she found out that I am the same age as her mom,
Yeah.
looked at me with this look of horror and disgust. Oh, you're the same age as my mom.
Oh, my days.
Well, cause like when I was a little kid, I thought 30 was like, wow, that's
Well, yeah.
why
Well,
even
yeah.
try anymore.
Dealing with like the youth kids and stuff, they think I'm old, and I'm like, I'm 27. I'm like, I'm not. or I'm-
Yeah. You
Oh
guys
yeah.
aren't old.
Well, because
Yeah.
when you do think that think about how
yeah.
far away 27 feels when you're 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an
Yeah.
eternity, and then you get there, you're like, well, that was quick.
Yeah.
So-
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. Grocery shopping while hungry. Everyone can relate to this. A cautionary tale of why you should never go to the store on an empty stomach unless you enjoy regret and a cart full of frozen pizzas. Now, I am so guilty of this.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even really know why. I mean, how to comment on this.
It's
I just
a
other than to
rule.
say guilty.
Yeah.
And then I get back and say, oh, which thing do I want to eat? Do I want a spaghetti dinner? Do I want some pizzas? Do I want a big sub? Do I have everything here?
I got it all.
It's like I bought crap.
Yeah. Well, and I go to the store. I buy.
a week.
I have to get stuff. Like I'll buy stuff for because Grace eats healthier than I do. So even though she eats a lot of the stuff I cook, she still buys stuff that I just won't eat because
Yeah.
I'm like, that's rabbit food. I ain't eating that. And she buys healthier food. So I'll buy stuff, and if I got a bunch of junk food in there, I'll start putting the groceries away at lightning speed as soon as I get in the door, so I can start tucking away all the gross stuff that she doesn't like. And then I'll go. I'll pull one of these. Look, I got organic coffee. And she goes, oh, and I go cage-free eggs or something. She goes, oh. And then meanwhile, I got a box of snacky cakes stuffed up the back of my shirt, trying to back up towards the pantry so I can get them on the shelf. I want to see what she said before let's finish going around the table. Do you have any comments to say on that other than it's true?
Here's the thing. I love Taylor and I going grocery shopping together, but when we're hungry, he has more of like the mindset. He's like, we're really hungry right now. We don't need that. And so that's why I don't like going grocery shopping with him, because if I go and I'm hungry, I'm like, look at all these snacks. Look, we haven't had this in forever.
We need a
Ooh, I saw
rotisserie
it.
chicken. It'll last 3 days.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, I was like, look at all these things. And he's like, Dyneshia. And I'm like, but we have, I was like, you're going to eat the snacks. Look, I got you ones with peanut butter. I try to justify it. But when he goes with, it's like, there's lots of editing. I'm like, ooh, and he's like, no. And I'm like, oh.
You know, one thing everyone at this table can relate to, because I know you have a child on the way, but you don't have any now. Jackie and Mike don't have any kids. Grace and I are alone. You guys don't have any kids. What bugs me is when I go to the store and everything come like buns and stuff like that. They come in portions for like 2 or 3 people, and I'm like, I'm not going to eat hamburgers 3 days in a row.
No.
And I mean, can't you just give me one with 4 buns? I mean, can't you make packs?
Yes.
Why don't you make, and there's steaks, 3 in one pack. Why not do 2? And literally, there's 2. There's 3, 5, a big pack, or 1. And I think, why don't some company say, you know what, let's cater to couples.
Yeah.
And because other people will buy it too. Mm-hmm. And it bugs me that it's, I don't know why it bugs me. Do you ever think about that? Like, we don't need 8 buns. I'm not going to eat hamburgers for 3 days in a row.
Well, that's why you freeze it.
But then if you go, that's a dangerous road. Listen,
Yeah.
our freezer got so packed, I ended up buying one of those freezers, chest freezer.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's full now. And I'm like, I don't even remember what's in it. I look in it, and Grace will get stuff out and stuff. And a lot of it's stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It goes there to die, and then freezer burn later. I'm like,
like, oh,
I don't want that.
yeah.
I'm going to the store in a little bit. I'll get some fresh buns. I
Right.
mean, it's I don't freeze bread anyway. But not that I wouldn't or haven't. I just don't.
Yeah, we don't either. I think your parents do, and the place that I worked, they would freeze bread and stuff. But also, she was feeding 3 children. They were a family of 4 or 5, and then me, I would get to eat there too. So pretty much we're feeding 6 people. But I think the same thing, buying hamburger buns. I'm like, I wish they would just make 4, because we'll each eat a burger at dinner, and then guess what? Burgers come in 4 or 6, and then we have 2 extra, and then the buns are gone, and they don't sit there. But
And my lunch for the next day.
and your lunch for the next day.
Yeah.
But the only thing is with buns that I found recently, so we go camping a bunch, and we get together with another couple, bring all sorts of food, and mostly burgers are on the menu for each weekend that we go. We had buns.
How long do you go camping? Like a weekend or like a?
Yeah, weekend. So we get down there Friday, stay Saturday, and then leave Sunday. So we have all Saturday meals and then two Sunday meals. Well, the one, and this has to do with food. We got buns from like months ago on a camping trip. They were completely fine.
Yeah, there's still some.
You mean
Yeah.
you froze them?
No, they were
been on the shelf.
sitting in our
They're fine. Like
Ew, ew,
no
ew,
mold.
That's
nothing.
gross.
Like,
They got mold on them. You may not be able to see it, but if they're months, months.
I mean, they're still there. They're not. We're not eating it. As well.
No, yeah, we're not eating it. But
I just found them the other day. I was like, oh, these things are from camping. I was
like in the fall, last
like-
fall when we got, and
but the thing
brought them
that's
back.
weird is like that
Ugh.
scares me too
No.
because of like what is in that's making it like seem
Preserved.
fresh.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
bread molds, it turns like green and gray and fuzzy. This is literally, it's still soft. It's as if I just bought it like last week.
Ew.
Gross. Here's what Grace said about grocery shopping while hungry. Grocery shopping on an empty stomach's like playing a game of roulette with your diet. Spin the wheel, close your eyes, and hope for the best. Thou shalt return with a cart full of regrets and a freezer full of pizza. And my old self, my freezer was always full of food, mostly expired. Yeah, amen. But I knew if famine hit, I would be okay.
That's right.
Right?
My relationship with food was messed up and can still fall back into very bad habits. I'm easily swayed when I'm hungry or hangry, and food choices are quick. Yeah, I can, that's just true. Let's see. Did I?
That's
skip
an
a
excuse that I use sometimes too. I get all this stuff. He's like, "Why'd you get so much food?" I'm like, "Well, you never know what's going to happen."
question? We got Blizzard coming. You better get everything you can
Yeah,
get.
that's right.
It's like, I said, things are getting weird out there. You don't know.
the
We
roads
need
are
Rice
plowed.
Krispie
and-
treats, okay?
The roads are plowed a few hours later. Okay, number 7, cheat meals. Cheat meals, necessary indulgence or gateway to a food spiral. How one cheat meal turns into a cheat weekend and then somehow into a cheat year. I know. Okay, so Grace, every couple does this at some point in the relationship. So, well, we'll eat healthy on these days, and we'll have one ugly day or something, whatever the word is, one cheat day, one ugly day, and it just doesn't last.
No.
It's like, and I'm the first to cave. Like I did cave after Christmas. We'll eat healthy, and she's like, I think the first day into it, I ate something really not healthy, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Well, what do you want me to do? Throw it away?" I go, "It's going to go bad if I don't." I go, "We just made this.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
I can't just not eat the rest of the cake."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do that. You know how much this thing costs?
It's
And-
$5.37
I don't know what it
worth
was.
of cake sitting on the table.
Right.
I'm going to eat it.
She's like, "All right, let me get a fork." And I'm a bad influence when it comes to that. Do you have cheat?
We don't know that it's a cheat life. So I mean,
You don't even set up the rule for a bad day.
no, and especially like if we're on vacation or something like that. Oh, no, bets are off. Just
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Oh,
There's no
vacation.
eating
People
healthy
always
on
do that on vacation.
vacation.
No rules apply
Oh yeah.
No.
on vacation.
There's
Taylor,
no
I can tell by your
rules.
face this isn't even an issue with you.
Yeah, no, I don't really have cheat days or weekends. That's just usually whatever I eat.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother, 100%. The mysterious case of vanishing meal prep motivation.
Yeah.
Why meal prepping feels like a genius idea on Sunday, but by Wednesday you're back to the drive-through life.
I have thoughts on this. I do not understand meal prepping. I have tried to do it. I remember I was like in high school or like even college. My friend's mom did keto and they meal prepped all this stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I think you should do it. Like, it'd be great." Again, I'm in like high school. I do
Yeah.
not need to be on keto. I have no weight that I need to lose. But we meal prepped or whatever, and it was fun because we would all get together. My issue with meal prepping is you eat the same thing the entire week. For lunch, I'm having chicken, rice, and broccoli for 5 to 6 days in a row. That sounds horrendous. Now, could you meal prep 4 or 5 different meals throughout the week? Yes, but that is so much more work. Like even meal prepping just one thing for the week is a lot, and I'm like, I cannot get behind meal prepping because I can't eat the same thing
You
all
get
the time.
tired
by
of
by
it.
day 3 or 4, you're like, chicken and rice and broccoli again. I need variety. I need variety in my diet.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts as meal prep, but we did HelloFresh, and you still have to cook the food every day, but like that way it kind of felt like a meal prep because, you know, like all the food's right there and everything, you just throw it in the pan and there you go kind of thing. And it was healthier, but that way, I mean, it was at different meals every time. But we've kind of tried to do things of like, you know, let's cook all this chicken up, but it does get boring. And
Jackie?
so-
Completely agree. I mean, even the best meals like mom's lasagna or something like that, after like 4 days of that,
Tired of it.
it's like, oh, I need something else.
I have to have impulsiveness. I mean, I cannot commit to food because when I try to do I hate meal prep because tomorrow may get here and I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want chicken and I gotta have chicken and I'm gonna eat chicken. Because when I was a little kid, I was like a lot of other little kids. I had to eat what was put in front of me. You eat that, you're not leaving the table to eat your dinner.
Yep.
I didn't get any say so in what was being made. And I told myself then, when I grow up, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat.
That's right.
I ain't eating no crap put in front of me that I hate. And I sorry to be so harsh, but that's a child's mentality. And when I grew up, I stuck by that. I'm like, if I don't like it, I ain't eating it. And I'm still like that. People are like, yeah, you should try this. I don't want to try it. I don't want it. And if I put it in my mouth, I'd like it even less. Get it away from me. I'm not eating it. And so, but I like the ability to say, hey, today I'm in the mood for pizza.
Right.
Or today I'm in the mood for, and there are healthy things I like. I like skinless chicken breast, slathered up with barbecue sauce and some broccoli smothered in cheese and stuff, good stuff. But I want to be able to say, today I'm in the mood for this. I don't like being chained to this, well, here's what's scheduled for today.
Right.
I couldn't do it. And I know it's a good discipline to get into, but man, that's for me, it's the choice. And even if I only have healthy choices, I still want a choice
Yeah.
of which healthy thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake up every day and I wonder what Grace said about this, because she knows. This is another lifestyle change that she didn't comment on the last one, cheat meals. This is another lifestyle change that takes behavioral change as well. It's all about convenience versus sticking to it. We have tried to prep, but when you have another person that may not want what was prepared, then the motivation can become a waste of time and food.
Exactly.
Amen. And I know because listen to me. I know she's talking about me because I'm the only other one that lives there.
Well,
and she's right. I can't. I just can't. I'm not made up that way.
Yeah. And me being pregnant now, I could be like, I think I want spaghetti tomorrow. I think I want this. And then the time comes, I'm like, no. But if I've already prepped that, you know what I mean? If I've already prepped that food, it's like, he eats whatever. He's not very picky. Me, I'm pickier now, but it's like then that food does go to waste.
Exactly,
Or it goes
yeah.
because it can keep in the fridge, and he wouldn't mind eating chicken for lunch and dinner for a couple of days because he's like, well, it's what we have, and I don't want to waste food. But me, I'm with you. I'm like, I'm not eating that. Like I'm not trying that. That doesn't look good. That doesn't sound good. So I'm not eating it.
We started with you, right, on meal prep?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I got all these, trying to get through these kind of quick here. Healthy foods that are secretly not healthy. Avocado toast, granola, smoothies. Some of these are just desserts in disguise.
salad dressing. Salad dressing.
That's it. That's what ruins it. As soon as you put dressing on it, you have just thrown out the window the idea of it. Unless if it's like a vinaigrette maybe or something.
Yeah, it's a little better, but there's still so much sugar and everything, and
Right.
Plus,
I dump cheese all over it and bacon bits.
Well, yeah,
Ranch.
Ranch.
I put ranch on literally everything.
You eat it on pizza too?
Oh yeah, pizza, mac and cheese.
Ranch is pretty universal.
So good.
Mac and cheese.
mac and cheese.
Yeah, put a little ranch on the mac and cheese.
Put some barbecue sauce on your mac and cheese.
Sometimes I'll do barbecue sauce and ranch.
Girl.
I'm feeling feisty. But yeah, I put ranch on literally everything.
Yeah.
I'm from the hills where people put ketchup on salad. I'm just
That's
kidding.
diabolical.
No one does it. That's just a joke about hillbilly people.
Some people
Sailor, you
probably
got
do.
any comments on that?
Well, avocado toast I don't eat because I don't like avocados.
Plus, you're a guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know that usually avocado toast is pretty good for you, but it might depend on the bread that you put it on and if you add anything else on it.
Right.
But yeah, going to like the dressings and stuff, but with my salad, I usually have to have at least equal or more dressing than the salad. So like
it has to be wet.
Yeah, because I don't want to get to the end.
Do you ever have to ask the extra at the restaurant, like to bring it out? I put it on. I'm like, what's this? I stir this in there. Okay, it's gone. I can't even see it. I'm like, I need to.
It's gone.
I need to be able to pick up a leaf and go.
That's too much.
No, I'm exaggerating.
Oh, okay.
But it has to be able to mix
Salad.
throughout the salad.
Correct.
I need to be able to go like this,
Even
and it's
proportion. I'm with you.
yeah.
But
Okay, avocado. I don't know avocado toast. I mean, but you make a good point. I mean, I guess the person writing this probably had taken into consideration the bread. I remember talking to my doctor and going, "Yeah, I'm not losing weight. I eat sandwiches, but no meat, no cheese." And he's like, "What kind of bread?" I go, "Chocolate. They're ice cream sandwiches." No, I was kidding. So, what kind of sandwiches are they, Drew? They're ice cream sandwiches. Okay, so anyway, back to the. What did Grace say about this? I wish she could have been here. The mysterious case. Where am I? Healthy food. Number 9. What did she say? Healthy eating starts at home by selecting simple, non-processed ingredients. You can create nutritious meals that nourish the body. Did you copy and paste this? Take charge of the recipe and make intentional choices about what you eat. Most any recipe can be altered into a healthy and palpable dish. She doesn't talk like that.
Palpable?
She doesn't talk like that. Healthy eating starts at home by selecting simple, non-processed ingredients. You can create nutritious meals and nourish the body. She doesn't talk like that.
No.
So it may be on one of her lists, though. But I don't. I write differently than I speak a lot of times too. So I get it.
Yeah.
So what do we got next here? The emotional roller coaster of trying on old jeans. Nothing is as humbling as attempting to squeeze into that one pair of pants from 5 years ago. Now you guys are probably young. I mean, you're young, so I don't know if you probably haven't encountered that yet. But when you get to my age, boy, is this a humbling experience, let me tell you.
And it's different between men and women because we deal with it every single day. The jeans from 6 months ago that don't fit now or something like that, where guys, Mike's got jeans that I think he bought 15 years ago and they probably still fit, if not a little tight.
Well, women and men store body fat in different places. And women store body fat more so below the waist than men do, and men store body fat above the waist more so than women do. So a man can get really fat, and jeans will still fit. His jeans will still go because his waist under his gut is still the same. Yeah. And then women get frustrated because they think they're getting fat, and they're not. But yeah, it is. You're right. There's a different way that works between the two sexes.
Yeah, I've noticed shirts not fitting more so than jeans.
Big time. Me too.
Yeah. So
yeah, yep.
Yeah, pants. Okay. Being pregnant, first of all, just being a girl, and growing out, and like pants not fitting. It's like, okay. And even my friend and I literally just did this last summer. We went downstairs. Well, I went down to my basement, and she got her summer shorts out.
Oh no!
And it was like, you know what? We're going to do this together, because it's just one of those things. I mean, obviously, women understand. It's just one of those things. You're like, well, is it going to work? Winter happened, and then especially when you got in a relationship too. Yeah, like. Happy weight, marriage weight. It's like, well, I'm happy now. I'm going to eat all the things. And I'm going to put on some weight. And it's like, whatever. I'm happy. Yeah. But yeah, trying on the shorts, and you go and you're like, oh, they still fit. There's like this huge victory, or you're like, these ones have to go. I mean, it used to bother me so much when I was, like high school and college. Like, I can't fit into these things anymore. But then I also have to realize, and what I wish a lot of young women realize, is that you are not going to have the same 16-year-old body for the rest of your life. Right. Like, you are becoming a woman, and a woman's body is different than a girl's body.
Exactly.
So, and along with what you said, women carry weight in different things. You get into relationships, you get out of relationships. Things happen. You know,
plus, men don't judge women as much as women think they judge them. Yeah. 99% of what makes a man attracted to a woman is the fact that she's a woman. And then the rest of it, because a lot of women go, I like fat. And I've never looked at my wife and thought she looked anything but stunning. And and she, she's like all women. They go, I look fat, or I look bad, or I look ugly, or and I said, well, let me be your mirror here. Just ask me what I think about how you look, because and I know when I'm with guys talk. They all feel this way. They're like, yeah, my wife's beautiful, man. And that's why when married couples get married, they gain weight. They are happy. They're content, because it's when you're in love with somebody and you're married, the physical part of the relationship, sex is more between the ears than it is between the legs. And it's like, I know I'm not trying to be tacky, but it's God made it that way. So we would stay together. Sometimes you're happier when you're married. You're like, I'm comfortable now, and I get not that no one should ever go to the point where they let themselves go. Yeah. But you there's a comfort level that you achieve. You're like, I'm okay now. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a lot to say about that. I think vanity, like these girls that, like, it's exactly what you said. You're not going to have your 16-year-old body forever. And truthfully, most men don't like that anyway. They don't. They want. They like their wife to look like a woman, not a child. Yeah. Unless you're some kind of sicko or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. So people, I don't know. Men, I think, get too hard. Like I wouldn't care about my weight. I went through the part where I was young and thin and all that stuff, and when I hurt my knee, that's when I'm like, now my knee's bugging me, both of them. That's my main motivation to want to lose weight, because it's terrible, but I'm not nearly as concerned with my appearance as I was when I was younger, and for about as concerned as I get with my appearance is I need to shave. That's about it. And but that's why this topic of food, it needs to be more important to me, because I know we talk. I think when we were talking about food on this, I said the guy thing I do, and I know this is wrong. I go to the doctor. Went a few months back, and he said, "Man, you're good. Everything's like stellar. Your blood pressure, your heart, your oxygen. You're totally, really excellent condition." Because one thing, you get this cholesterol. There's one type of cholesterol. It's really high. And as a guy, I'm like, hey, you know what? Should balance out though, because all the other things are so good. Which is not. That's a dumb way to look at it. Yeah. But anyway, I just went down a road there. All right, Jackie, did you already comment on this?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait, what did I read what Grace said? The emotional roller coaster of trying to fit old jeans are like old friends. They're familiar and brutally honest. Hey, remember when you could fit into me? Yeah, those were the days, a season of change. As hormone levels shift and the bodies adapt, sometimes resulting in weight gain, approximately 10 pounds per year. Additionally, our skeletal structure evolves. Our skeletal structure evolves with bones remodeling and density adjusting. Staying proactive with diet and exercise can help navigate these changes, especially menopausal women. Now, I know she speaks from an educated point of view because this is her background. So some of this stuff is, I know she's looking at it from a more realistic perspective. So, and I didn't know it was 10 pounds per year.
Yeah, no, that's what she said. And I was like,
well, but I think
maybe. I think possibly that's probably like an average of 10. So
plus that doesn't. I don't think that takes into account what you also lose.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it was 10 pounds a year, that would be,
exponentially
100 pounds a decade. Yeah. I'd be 500 pounds by now. so.
But then wasn't something there about bone density changes? I'm not fat. I'm just big bone.
Let me see. As hormone levels shift, our body, people say that. Yeah. Oh, he's husky.
Yeah, exactly.
Portly fellow. He's just big boned.
Portly. She's curvaceous. She's voluptuous. Or what's that?
Zoptic.
Word Grace uses all the time. Rubenesque.
Oh, yes.
She says about the cat, one of our cats. I go, that cat is fat. She goes, she's beautiful. She's not fat. She's Rubenesque.
Rubenesque.
That's what I say about Cheddar. I was like, he's just big boned.
He's Cheddar's big.
Just a big cat.
He's just a baby.
She said skeletal structures evolve, bones remodeling, okay, and density adjusting. Yeah, well, that's
big bone. That's what I heard.
Big bone. That's what I heard too. 11. The I'll start. This is kind of like the first one. I'll start after the holidays excuse, because from October to January, every day is a special occasion for eating and denial.
Yeah,
I don't even think we need to spend much time.
No,
on
all the holidays are there.
That's the tough, and it's the most common one too. Because when I was talking about excuses, boy, is that the best time?
No.
You guys, at Thanksgiving, you're like, you know what? After just go through all the holidays.
Yeah.
I'll just give myself 6 weeks.
No, for real. I'm with
we
you.
all do. I know.
We all do it because, you're going out to eat with friends or family members you haven't seen all year, and you're not going to not eat what they made or something like that. It's like,
Do you ever have a conversation in your head that says, you know what? After the holidays, I'm going to exercise. So when warm weather gets here, I'll feel better. And I'll be highly, and then the dreary January comes, and you're like, you know what? When spring gets here, it'll be warmer, and I'll sweat more. So it makes more sense to get started once spring gets here than it does now, because it's too cold to jog, and we're supposed to get snow, and I don't have any snow jogging shoes, so I guess I'm stuck. Just have to wait to work out until April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sounds logical to me.
What's that? Do you ever think, as a young guy too? I mean, do you ever even think about that stuff? Like when I was 27, I can say I did not. But do you think, well, I'll eat what I want, and then after the first year, I might just pull the reins in a little bit?
I've tried, but it never works.
Because you're laid back with food. If she puts something in front of you, you'll just eat it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like you don't say, this is fattening. I mean, I didn't when I was 27.
not typically. No, I'll eat it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because the whole mindset's different. Because your metabolism's different too.
Yeah.
I don't know what Grace wrote about this. Same answer to the reset phenomenon. Yeah, a cycle of intentions and action. Recognizing the need to change is just first step. Sustaining motivation. Yeah, okay. Number 12. It was number 12. Restaurant menus and the battle of self-control. Do we actually read the lighter options section, or is it just there for decoration? I never go to that area.
If I find it, I go past it because I said this is not what I want.
My wife, Grace does it. Because the same mentality is what I said earlier. If we know that someone else has insisted they're paying for dinner, she will do what I do. She kind of go with what's more inexpensive, and she'll get like a salad or some little thing. And, she's my wife, and I know she could knock down a lot more than that if she wanted to. I mean, she can eat, but she's not a pig or anything, but I know she can eat more than what she's getting at a restaurant. But she'll we'll be somewhere and she'll go, let me look at what's healthy. And she'll start reading it, and I'll go, get what you want. If we want to eat healthy, we'd eat at home.
Yeah.
She'll still make a concerted effort sometimes to look for. I don't. But that's to say I'm not a glutton either, but I'll get what I like, what I want. If I want the potato skins, I'm getting the potato skins. Yeah. What about you?
I'm a grown adult. If I want to eat a burger at a restaurant, I'm going to eat a burger.
Do you even? So you don't look at the healthy area?
No.
I must be so oblivious to this because I've really never seen.
Oh, okay. That's because you're a man. Good man. I mean, well, they have areas like lighter sides and appetizers, and for starters, not just those things, but they have things that say fat free, or they'll have little ribbons around the stuff that doesn't have certain yummy things in it, or that kind of stuff. And there are people like Grace will look for things that are specifically healthier. So I know people do. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
I eat what I want.
Well, if I'm at a restaurant, I mean, I already know it's either a celebration or we're breaking bread with somebody or something like that. But if I'm at Taco Bell or McDonald's, I've already made a bad decision.
Right.
That's like walking into a bank and saying, which gun should I use? I mean, I'm already robbing the bank. Does it matter what gun I use at this point? Because I've made the worst decision I could make. So let's just commit to it. I mean, I don't go into Taco Bell and go, oh, what's healthy? I go into Taco Bell and go, I have the Burrito Supreme with extra sour cream, Mexican pizza, and 1 Taco Supreme. And give me a large Mountain Dew to wash that down with before I get out of the parking lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we do have Grace's weakness for Taco Bell too. So. Yeah, and it's not like Ray Azteca. To me, they're apples and oranges. Yep. All right, we're getting there. Did I read her comment on that?
No, I don't think so.
The emotional roller coaster of trying. Let's start. She said, "Just don't bother. If you're out to have a meal, enjoy it.
Right.
Just don't make a habit of it."
Amen.
Okay. We only got 4 left. Restaurant menus and the battle of self-control.
That's the one
That's the one we
did.
just read. Okay, the magic of just a taste. The lie we tell ourselves when we take a harmless bite of dessert and suddenly it's gone. That's what Dyneshia said a little bit ago when we started.
Yeah.
Just a cookie. Or just a...
Just a little
bite. Make
just
sure
a
it's
little
okay.
bite.
Oh, now I need a bowl.
Yeah.
So I have an interesting opposite take on this.
Okay.
If I see something that I know I'm going to absolutely love, and this has happened. This has happened here. This has happened with stuff Jackie's made. Because Jackie makes outstanding. Everything she makes is good. People will go, here. And I'll look at it and I'll be like, that's not enough for me. I know I'm going to like it.
The hot dog things.
But, well, and I'm like, but if these people see me go, then that's not a good sign. And I don't want to go in my office and cry because I can't have more. So I see things that I know I will like, and I don't tend to go, just have a little bit. I go, not right now, but I will in a little bit. I do that a lot. And that is a part of my brain going, don't be a pig. And, especially at the church, there's a lot of times I don't eat anything when we have events and stuff. And sometimes it's because I want to make sure everybody gets their food, and I'll go up later. There have been rare occasions when I might go up early to grab something, but usually not. I want to make sure everybody else gets food. But there's stuff I won't taste because I already know I want all of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not going to taste that unless you're going to commit to let me take that tray.
Right.
Yep.
What's that you, Taylor? You ever start out with a taste and it just ends up the empty plate?
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. If it's like a cake or whatever, I'll be like, I'll try it. I'll take a bite or something. And it's like, well, there's already a portion of that slice already taken. I might as well just, take the rest or whatever.
Be the responsible adult and take it so it's even again.
Yep.
And I got to do that. Yeah.
You do that, right?
Yeah,
The taste. Yeah, okay. Grace said this is like the one chip cookie thing, especially if it's a carb, sugar and fat. The brain loves that stuff. Yep, that's true. Okay, we got 2 left. The influence of social eating. How one friend suggesting nachos can derail an entire week of clean eating.
Yep. Yep.
Now, I do this to my wife all the time, and she that's why I said I'm a bad influence. I think she has the discipline to stick to some things, but if she sticks to the diets that she wants to stick to, and she could do it, she's grumpy. I need to feed her some ribs or get a burrito, get some tacos in her or something, make her happy. Put her in a happy place.
It's definitely one of those things where, we can be trying to eat healthy and then Mike will go, Chinese? And it's like, oh God, the whole week is
So
gone.
hang on. Because I have man brain when it comes to Chinese.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell Grace, I do this all the time. She goes, what'd you eat? I go, healthy food. She always wants to know what I ate for lunch. I'm like, why do you care what I ate? And then I have to go through the embarrassment of telling her what I ate. Mm-hmm. I'll be like, I had beef with a special puree bun. She goes, you got a Big Mac, didn't you? Like, well, I had vegetables. Mm-hmm. There's wheat in there. Yep. There's eggs in there. All the food groups are represented in the buns. There's even seeds. So I had green. There's like, and I go through all that list, and she'll know what I had.
Yeah.
I had this. She goes, Drew, you had hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, didn't you? And I'm like, yep. But I derail her. Are you bad?
I'm really bad.
You're bad on him, or he's bad on you?
I'm bad on him. I'll be like, our issue, it's not necessarily eating healthy, but just trying to eat at home more, trying to cook more meals at home. And so I'll be like, hey, did you get anything out for dinner? No, I didn't get anything out. I'm like, sheets? He's like, no. And I'm like, but I really want sheets. And then finally I just guilt trip him into going, or I'm like, Taco Bell. And now that there's one closer and we're moving to Lock Haven.
My excuse for that is like, I don't want to drive all the way to Williamsport and like, it's like.
And now
Not
it's just
anymore.
down the road.
When we move, it's going to be 2 minutes away. So.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that there's a Dairy Queen within 4 minutes of my house, we've timed it. Yeah, it's dangerous. Mm-hmm. It's very dangerous.
Unless there's a line. I go by that place, no matter how bad I want something, I will not get in that line.
No, I won't either.
On the other hand, if I go by and I don't want anything, but there's no line, I'm like,
yeah.
Like, well, since there's no line.
Give me a blip. And that's another Grace thing. I go, I'm going to go to Dairy Queen. You know anything? She usually says yes. Sometimes she goes, no. I go, okay. So I get her hot fudge sundae like she likes. I get home and I get it out of the bag and she goes, Drew, If I whip out a big Oreo Blizzard and I start eating it, you said you didn't want nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm in divorce court. Not doing it. What did she say about this? She wonder if she brought me up. The influence of social. She said food can be culturally important. It's a bonding experience, or can be eating the same thing as your friend and sharing has a connection. That's just breaking bread. That's the whole thing about it. Okay. Yeah, what do we got left? One more. Okay. Food labels and the great deception. Sugar-free, keto-friendly, low-fat. Do these labels actually mean anything, or are they just marketing sorcery? Truth is, don't care, don't read them. Okay, who's next?
Okay, you had some.
Well, I mean, a lot of times they're not too accurate. Like sugar-free, like they still can have a little bit of sugar, or they'll add like artificial sugar, and too much of that can be bad. And
You're 100% right. I heard a guy who works for the industry on a radio show a couple years ago, and he was our guest, and he said, well, when you see things that say 100% fruit juice, the guidelines of the federal government said that only has to refer to 10% of the contents of the bottle. Mm-hmm. So only 10% of what's in that bottle has to be 100% for them to be allowed to put 100% fruit juice on the label. Mm-hmm. That was a sobering thing for me to hear.
It's like a lot of deceptive things, because like I was reading this actually, but like sugar-free or low sugar and stuff, it's like they can still have, I don't know, like a gram of sugar in it or whatever it was, and like because of like the portion is this much, and what you were just saying, and like artificial sweeteners, and they had like sugar alcohols, which I guess apparently too much of that can be like a laxative, which, drink too much of the.
I think coffee's a diuretic.
Coffee's a diuretic, yeah.
But I don't know, just too much of something. And something that's interesting too is like artificial sweeteners usually seem to be like really sweet. So like if you're eating or drinking things with a lot of that, then it like screws up your taste buds and whatever. And like anything that's usually sweet, it doesn't taste as sweet anymore because
you want more of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, or you add sugar to it or whatever. So
yeah. Oh.
Sugar-free stuff just doesn't taste right.
I totally agree.
Sugar, like at Gateway, we offer like sugar-free drinks, which is great. But you try some of the sugar-free ones, and you're like, it tastes like it tried. Yeah,
that is an excellent way to put it, because I think you nailed it. Everything that says sugar-free,
it tried, but it's not. And I think, they want to get it close. Like, oh, we want you to, and it might seem better or healthier or whatever, but more than likely,
what about the other stuff? Do you read labels?
So I know when we were like working out and trying to watch what we were eating and stuff like that, because we did put on some serious weight after we got married. So we're like, oh, maybe we should, and all that. I did look, and now here's my thing. My eating has, I guess, shifted because I realize I'm not only eating for me. Mm-hmm. So while I am trying to be conscious of the things that I am eating, while I am eating more sweets and things like that, and craving those more than usual, it's also like I'm having to share this. I'm having to share this food, and so yes, I eat Taco Bell. Yes, I eat sweets, but also I'm trying to incorporate, I guess, better ingredients, not necessarily looking at the back of labels and say, is this organic or does this have actual whatever? And it's like, well, I'm going to opt for fresh fruits and vegetables, and I'm going to try to add those to have more of a well-balanced meal than what I guess people would call healthy, where all the cleaner ingredients and things like that, rather than like low-fat, keto-friendly. No. Yeah,
like I was saying, the low-fat and keto or whatever, like it's deceptive to people because like, oh, I'm eating this and it says low-fat, but it's like, well, we need fats and stuff. So
there's good ones and bad ones.
It's good fat.
It's like cholesterol. Mm-hmm. Good ones. Yeah, you're right. It brings a false sense of security about the strategy you're trying to employ is to be healthy.
Yeah.
So do you read labels?
I have to because of the migraine triggers and stuff. So I have to be careful of certain ingredients.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But as far as like fat-free, keto-friendly, it's probably got some other crap in it you shouldn't be eating anyway.
It does. Grace knows all. She's like, she really knows a lot about this stuff. I mean, she wrote Food Science is Huge and Wordplay is How the Companies Can Fool Us. It all comes back to educating ourselves and understanding these labels and how they work. Now, when her mom was in the hospital, which has been a few times because we took care of her, she lived with us, and Grace was like just enraged because the hospital they bring you they like Ensure.
Yeah.
And stuff. She goes, you know what's in this stuff? She goes, this is sugar. This is basically stuff here. Keep you full and shut up.
Yeah.
And she goes, there's nothing good about this for these people, these elderly people. And this is a part of the hospital. She goes, they don't teach these young people this, so they don't know. They just tell them, take them that and put it on their food tray. And, they have no conscience about what's good for them. It's just somebody else devises the plan. They take it in, they throw it at them. And so she, for her, it's a pet peeve of these labels and mislabeling stuff, and I get that. I'm not disciplined about reading labels because I don't have any allergies, and I'm sure I would, obviously if that were the case. I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I entered this year with a conscious and about getting in better shape and walking and stuff like that. Everything is moving slow. I have done the procrastination thing. Oh, after this date, after that date. But this topic was on my head about food, health, and you guys are still, you're pregnant, so you're in a unique situation from everybody. And you've already implemented a lot more discipline through your pregnancy than you probably would just on your own if you weren't pregnant.
Yeah.
So you're kind of ahead of the curve. Once your child is born,
Italian subs and sushi for days.
Yeah, you're gonna want to.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna want to.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So
all the good stuff.
All the things.
I think we're on our way out. So on this topic, what are we closing with, Taylor? What do you got to say? Final words.
It kind of makes me think that maybe we should look into more like healthier foods and being on diet and whatever. But it's nice to know that there's other people that think the same way when it comes to food.
It's never a bad idea.
But yeah.
Dyneshia?
Yeah. Diet culture kind of irritates me. The expectation to be thin also grinds my gears. I think healthy, even that word is like, what is that? I think there's lots of research and things to be had, like you said, Taylor, of look what's in your food. And there's a reason why we can't read half the labels because there's a bunch of junk in it.
Right.
And so I think a lot about food. It's education, and food can be fun and food can be nutritious. I think even when I was teaching kids, I said, I did not like the word healthy. I said nutritious and well-balanced plate. Because you can have a cookie. It's not going to kill you to have a cookie.
Right.
But yeah, just being conscious, being aware of what's in your food, making better choices. Because, research and all that stuff out there, like food is all the stuff that gets pumped into it. It's having an effect on people. Bodies are resilient. God made us strong, and it's not like when we eat stuff these big companies throw out, we immediately die. But I feel like over a while, when it's pumped with all of these fillers and additives and things, it does take a toll. So being conscious on what you're eating, where it's coming from, how it's being prepared is good. And obviously, don't want to force that on people. It's like, if you care, cool. If you don't, whatever, dude, eat your sleeve of Oreos. And I sleep good at night.
Right.
As long as you sleep good, that's fine. But I'm going to eat. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my thoughts.
No, I agree with you. I think you should think about where your food comes from and what are the weird things in the food that you're eating. And it's just like when we're feeding our dogs. If there's a bunch of stuff on the back of the label and things are really brightly colored, it's probably crap. Don't feed it to your dog. So why would you feed it to yourself? But, as a foodie, I want to enjoy the experience of food. I want to enjoy it with all of my senses and enjoy the situation that I'm in with whoever I'm enjoying it with. So if I want a cannoli, I'm going to eat a cannoli, but I'm going to know where it came from and what's in it. Yeah.
I concur. I think
concur.
We use food as a way of having fellowship, breaking bread, making friends, celebrating life together, and I think you should enjoy it. But it's like also what Taylor says. There's a balance, like what Grace says. What everyone basically has said combined. Maintaining a healthy balance is a good idea. It's good to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I could go for a walk a few more times a week. maybe next time I'll have some grapes instead of the cookies, but tomorrow it's all out. I'm being with friends. I mean, I think there's a way to maintain balance. And like what you said, vanity is a happiness killer. I mean, we can be concerned about ourselves and the way we look and the way we feel, but when you overthink too many things, you're not here to be a model for the rest of the world. We're there to be in love with the people we're married to be happy with the friends we have, and to enjoy food. God gave us taste buds for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the other extreme is exercise hard, eat fiber, die anyway. So.
Right? We could get hit.
So I used to have a shirt that said that, but I was much thinner when I had that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could get hit by an asteroid tomorrow.
That's right.
I'm going to eat.
If you get hit by an asteroid, we're all goners because of an asteroid.
Exactly.
It's
so
you live right. We all live in the same area.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
All right. I think that's it. I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.